Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. I have been thinking. So, we're about to head into a mission without a real healer. We have a healer, but not a very good healer. By the way, we want to make absolutely sure we have Fortifying Vapors on. Let me go and level that up. Now, on a short, this is totally acceptable. You can absolutely get through a short without having to cast any real heals. I've done it many, many times. And in fact, if you go watch, if you have watched the previous Darkest Dungeon series, you have seen that. So, I'm just wondering if maybe we should build the granary first, because on missions where you have no real healer, it is nice to be able to use food for healing. And it's a lot easier to do if you know that you're not going to get bankrupted food-wise by a hunger event or something. So I'm debating whether it's worth it to just transfer some crests over to busts and make this right now. How many, out of curiosity, how many would that be? We need 17. That's 51 crests. So am I willing to pay 43 busts and 51 crests for a small amount of food? No, that's probably dumb. Especially if I'm thinking like the puppet theater might be a good thing in the future, which I kind of am. Yeah, okay, never mind. This mission gives some busts too, so that's good. Alright, we're pretty much ready. Pretty much ready? Is that right? Yes, okay, I am correct. I don't want Mark on, though. I probably want Blind Fire. Suppressing Fire, I also think is fine. 20% damage to 3 enemy targets, and an accuracy buff is totally acceptable. But Blind Fire gives us a way to reliably shoot the guy in the front row if he's the only one left. I think this skill has really been buffed. Yeah, we're good. By the way, Bank is making us quite a lot of money. I'm really pretty pleased with that. I'm going to bring all of the food. I normally don't on shorts. But, like I said, the food is possibly going to be a significant source of healing for us. Bring medicinal herbs. That has a chance of getting us some food in the wield. Bandages. Actually, we already had a bandage. We don't need 2 bandages. There we go. This kind of gives us a broad group of trinket interaction things. I always bring more shovels than I think I'm going to need to the wield, because the wield is full of blockages. Okay, yeah, we're ready. Torches, shovels, food, as always. I also don't always bring a full stack of torches to shorts, but we have the Ancestor's Candle on this time, and also, to a certain extent, we're rolling in money. Although, to be fair, the best way to stop being rolling in money is to spend more money than you have to.
All these paths once. Now they are as twisted as my own ambitions.
Not really a very useful scout. Alright. We knew the infestation level was high. It's not a very good start. We could get this. Alright.
Destroy them all.
Griffin's like pretty good. Really? Man, I cannot catch a break on these. What's their dodge? 10. They have 10% dodge. Okay. Alright, good dodges. Alright, now I know somebody's going to be like, oh, you dodged twice in a row too, but hey, I have 27% dodge. I'm working a little bit harder for it. Come on, no Crimson Curse. Okay, well, I'd be way more annoyed about the healing if we had actually managed to do any damage to them in the first place.
Their formation is
Alright, one down.
Maintain the offensive.
Do I want to roll the dice? So here's the question, right? Do I shoot the bola, hoping that dude will hit hard enough? No, he's definitely not going to. This is the one with the lower damage. Alright. I'm gonna blind fire and just hope it hits the mosquito. It didn't. Okay, whatever. That's fine. Should I try to drop this guy then? I actually might be able to. No, let's just stun the mosquito. Because these guys also can spread the Crimson Curse, but I'm not nearly as worried about that as I am about weird stress buildups and stuff. You know how these things go. We've all seen it many times. So the Antiquarian should be able to finish this off.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
Wow.
A trifling victory,
That's a pretty okay pull.
but a victory nonetheless.
Okay. And we don't have to care about the order of our men-at-arms. It actually does not matter at all which order they're in. Well, a lot of weird little offshoots. This one's going to consume an awful lot of torchlight, but let's do stuff that sucks earlier in the dungeon, rather than hoping that we won't have to later in the dungeon.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of otherworldly corruption.
Well, we better get that invitation, right?
Death waits for the slightest lapse in concentration.
Okay, that's not a big deal. Wow. Okay. I do wish... I'm going to change their colors, I think.
Masterfully executed.
Alright, the chance of landing the correct blind fire there was just too low.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Alright, apparently my party felt that us getting crit once or twice was a little unfair and decided to fight back in kind.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
And so you're probably, at this point, seeing why I said you often can make it through these without any real healing. Because green enemies are just, you know... The Viscount's
Success
invitation.
so clearly in view.
Okay.
Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Well, we definitely just start discarding loot items. We definitely don't need to carry this journal page around. Okay, we got a scout that gives us a small amount of information. It at least makes it impossible for us to be surprised at this battle. So that's something, I guess. Oh yeah, can I change up the colors a little bit here? Yeah, okay. Now I will remember which one has the plus damage and which one has the minus damage. Do I still have... I do still have medicinal herbs.
Wealth beyond measure.
Man, that's a lot of
The
food.
brave and the foolhardy alike.
Alright, we're doing alright on the healing front. Okay, we're just over the light... Oh no, actually, the only light trinket we have on is the candle, and that only needs us to be at 50. Yeah, never mind, we're fine on light. Come on, lucky crit. Okay, 10's a fine start. I really, really do love trinkets that give both damage and speed. This Antiquarian's damage is not as bad as I remember. It's possible that we're getting a little bit lucky. You know, that we're pulling the higher ends of the value, the higher end of her damage range a lot.
Eradicated.
Alright, that was a pretty good setup. I do love being able to knock enemies back so that they're in the Arbalest's primary attack range. She's doing it though, right? She's doing fine work. Speaking of doing fine work,
Push on to the task's
you know what?
end.
I don't think we're gonna need 3 shovels. That extra shovel find was nice.
Laden with loot.
Awesome.
Are often
And it all just fits.
supplies.
We just keep finding stuff that already fits in the slots. It's beautiful.
Decimated.
Honestly, I'm not really worried about the damage coming out from these guys at all. So let's just remove the guy who's most likely to crit us.
Destroyed.
And then this dude is pretty easy to hold down with a stun, maybe even for 2 turns. given the rampart shield. Yeah, she's reliably hitting for like 7. It's pretty good. Oh wow, only one of the bleeds landed. That's nice. This party is tearing it up, man. So probably at this point, we found more sapphires. You've got to be killing me. This is going so well. I don't remember what you used for this. It might be bandages? I don't know. Let's, I guess, get rid of these. And I'm going to try the bandages. Right, it's not... Yeah. No, okay. I don't know, just stick your hand in there, I guess. You know, searching skeletons, bandages is a thing. Don't look at me like that. Don't judge me. I had good reasons for that supposition.
Nature herself, a victim to the spreading corruption.
Although I did try to use the bandages while not with my antiquarian selected, so that's not great. We are going to get so paid at the end of this mission. It's a little bit crazy. I only have one shovel left. Yeah, so there's a chance that this turns out poorly. But actually, we're in such good condition that if we had to break down a barrier by hand, it wouldn't really even be a big deal. Okay, so all we need is for either one of those passageways down there to not have a blockage in it, and we're fine. I really don't want to have to do the Viscount's courtyard thing, but I bet we're going to have to. I don't think we're close enough to finishing the game to get away with not doing it. Man, who erected all this stonework out here? It really is a huge amount.
A fortune waiting to be spent.
Do I still have a key? I do still have a key. Awesome. Yeah, we're making out like bandits out here. That one, unfortunately, is going to get to do whatever she wants. I guess maybe I should have stunned one of them. Whatever, it's fine. As far as I know, a lot of the stress enemies are programmed to attack whoever has the highest stress. So that's a big part of why I think it's important to kill these guys as fast as possible. Oh, I totally spaced on the fact that that was the high damage guy. He definitely should have attacked the fresh ectoplasm. Alright, I think she's probably dead.
Annihilated.
Yeah, we managed to get there, you know, just barely. So, again, part of this is that we're talking about green level enemies.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
But what you're seeing here is a little bit of an illustration of why I really favor these like damage and stun based strategies.
The first test. Now it must be carried home.
It is so often the case that you just don't take a lot of, like, you don't take meaningful damage if you can just do a lot of damage and control the fight. Okay, so we just go this way and we win. There were, in fact, 3 blockages on the map, though. Yeah, I was tempting fate on that one.
Possessed by evil intent.
Oh, man. Must you? We were about to actually make use of those bandages. Ugh, terrible. Well, pretty successful short. I don't think it's going to get everybody to level 3 or anything, but...
Soldiers and supplies. Let them arrive unharried.
Also, it's pretty hard to be mad about that payout. That is lovely. And we actually got to bring home a bunch of heirlooms, too. Okay, hemophilia, deviant tastes, and slugger. Slugger's great. So the antiquarian is the only one who made it up to level 3, huh? We really...
Women and men,
Huh.
soldiers and outlaws, fools and corpses. All will find their way to us now that the road is clear.
Grentamesnil has experienced undreamt of pleasures and refuses to leave the brothel. Great. Alright, Rebu has achieved enlightenment, which isn't really that big of a deal. Okay, Bellicote is back. His game broke up. That's nice. So we really do need another low-level person or two. Hold on, let's pull all these guys out of the party. Okay, let's first check the bosses. Ooh, this is one of the ones I was looking for. Again, Wrathful Bandana. This is healing out, not healing in. Her heal doesn't really heal for that much in the first place. A lot of the point of it is that it gets people off death's door while also giving a buff to increase future healing, and so I don't feel like this hurts that much. And plus 20% damage, just without any other downsides. It's pretty great. Stress Book, Mercurial Salve, which we do want. We do want some of this. And finally, okay, a Mantra of Fasting. So we're probably doing a boss fight. One of these two. I'm not sure which. This one gives deeds, while that one gives portraits. I think we need deeds worse. And the Mercurial Salve is looking like it will be necessary, because I think we are going to have to deal with the blood. How many people do we have that are infected right now? 2, 3? Maybe, you know what? Maybe we won't need it. Also available, we see an Ancestor's Lantern, which is, vintage. Another Berserk Charm, that would be fine. The greens are pretty bad. And of course, there is the issue of the Shrieker. Well, I may allow the deeds to be the thing that determines. So a ton of recruits, but none of them are level 2. What does it take to... It takes deeds to level up the barracks. Man... This is awkward, having 3 people down at this level. You can bring them on yellows, but I don't want to. That sounds horrible. Alright, we may have to do the, Oh, I should be selling useless trinkets. Again, for the purposes of interest at the bank. Although, now that I know about this Shrieker nonsense, maybe it's worth holding on to some useless trinkets to let them be fodder for the Shrieker. I really appreciate that of the 3 heads, he took the one I don't like. There's no way I'm ever going to use 2 of these at the same time. Alright, so this one has the deeds, but has a trinket that is maybe less valuable. This is a very, very good trinket. And we do need some portraits. What's our boss fighting? What's the crew? Okay, we would definitely be bringing a Vestal for healing, because we have no occultists down here. I don't know that it really matters which one. I guess, hold on. Traits. Traits could matter, right? Warren's Tactician versus... Okay, yeah, so we'll bring Fairfax. She's a Tactician. And then we just need some people who hit really hard. Boosie... we probably put you here. We could just do like Fitzroy Cavalier. This actually is not a bad place for the Jester either. Maybe this is a good mission to push our Jester up a little higher. Up at the top, we do already have a bounty hunter. Huh. Yeah, maybe we do like this. Keep him in the third row. Have him have inspiring tune. This party is pretty strong against stress stuff. And I think we should still have the damage we need. So, undo duelist advance. Bring open vein. And maybe do one of these. We can start every battle with point blank. Yeah, that should be good. So we'll make him a gun guy. We did we end up getting? No, we did not end up getting the scabbard that buffs your melee attacks. So yeah, gun guy makes a lot of sense. And then he can also have like, I don't know, the berserk charm or something. We have a lot of like just generically good damage items now, which is a place I like to be in. I like having a lot of choices on that front. So he's at plus 30% damage and plus 2 speed and some crit, and not really that much extra stress, and we have double de-stressors. I suppose, though, we might want to give him the Paralyzer's Crest. We're going to have him stunning people a lot, although that's not what we're going to want him doing at the boss or anything. Hard to say. You know what I should do is, actually, I should give him the Berserk Charm, because his speed is really bad. So maybe like this. I don't know, he should be Berserk Charm Candle. Yeah, and that way he'll have 7 speed. The Jester's stuff is melee. Yeah, all the stuff we're going to use. Okay, so he's a fine holder of the pen. And then, yeah, I mean, like, his stuff still does some impact damage. And you can have a de-stress book. We end up not bringing Dismas's head this way. That's a lot of damage. I feel good about that. I feel good about that much damage. Party's a little bit stun light, and we don't have a good generic stun item to put on her. So we could give the Paralyzer's Crest to the Crusader to shore up our stun weakness, or we could just obliterate everything all the time forever. Just give her a focus ring, I guess. Help her overcome some of the enemy's natural dodge. Yeah. Yeah, this should be good. Okay, before we leave town, obviously, let's make sure people are actually set. So we're going to be using this. I don't imagine I'm going to use it, but why not? Let's have that at the ready. Okay, all this stuff's good. Okay, we're good. We're ready. Actually, also camping skills. Okay, we have Sanctuary. Cool. We should probably, though, have one more on the people who are not at 4. So Boosie, this is given the ability to remove mortality debuffs from people. That's not useless, but it's also not amazing. How are we on healing, actually? We have a lot of stress relief stuff, but not that much healing at camp time. So why don't we pick up wound care for him? And I suppose bless? In case we're in good shape. Yeah, okay. Pick up bless in case we're in good shape and we don't need stress relief or healing at camp time. But I suppose we should look in here real fast. Hell's Hairpin, don't really care for that. Alright. I think I am going to do this one, though. We do need portraits, but we need way more deeds. This is... The other thing that's kind of getting me is that we've seen the Mercurial Salve come up multiple times, but this is the only time I think we've seen the Wrathful Bandana. I'm thinking that probably the trinkets that are related to the new expansion maybe are dropping more frequently, because I feel like we see them a lot, but we're not seeing the class-based trinkets that much anymore. No, let's do the Swine King. This is right. This is the right call. I still don't sound sure, I know, but I think I'm right. I think this is right. Okay, food, shovels, torches. Got it. I'm not going to bring any blood. No, I'm not going to bring any blood. I am going to bring medicinal herbs and bandages. And I don't think we need laudanum. This party is more prepared for stress than any party I have ever run. Food, torches, shovels. We're good. We're ready.
My first attempts at summoning were crude, and the results disappointing. I soon found, however, that the type and condition of the host's meat was a critical factor. The best results came from pigs, whose flesh is most like that of man.
People are always saying that.
A nameless abomination. A testament to my failures. It must be destroyed.
I don't suppose it really matters. We're just kind of rolling the dice either way. Not the best start. 6 damage. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to try being on the safe side for a change. Just a little bit, just to see how it feels. No scout, damn. Okay, well, this is going to be a good use for point-blank shot. Do I want to hit this guy? I don't think so. I think I'm going to trust in point-blank shot. I really wish that the highwayman had gotten to go first, though. His speed's pretty high, isn't it? I guess not. Speed's 6. It's not great. Alright, well now that this guy's no longer in front, we do have to hit him.
Their formation is
Holy shit.
Maintain the offensive. Annihilated.
Apparently our man's gonna be going last a lot. Actually, our whole party is kind of low speed relative to a yellow mission.
Destroyed.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, refresh, fish for some crits here, because I think it's under control. Don't you disappoint me, Cavalier.
Confidence
There we go.
surges as the enemy crumbles. A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Wayne's not wrong, but the not being wrong doesn't make me feel any better at all. I hate the fact that we didn't get scouting in either. Man, that sucks. I hate traveling blind. mean, I guess at this point the scouting is a little bit less necessary because there were no longer any choices for us to make in our path toward the boss.
Ears.
Ow.
Vision. The end approaches. As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Boosie's like, let me show you my screenplay, and everybody just gone. They would rather die. I get that. I've been there, man.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
I'm starting to think these dudes are not, like, very good fighters.
Press this advantage.
I guess that actually probably should have been another stress heal. We could have let the highwayman handle that. You know, I'm just not into books. Just not into literacy anymore. Alright, hopefully we can get through this without taking too much stress damage. It's gonna work out. It's gonna depend a lot on how the crits and stuff land from this dude. Unfortunately, we're not really in a good position to take him out quickly. He's almost certainly going to get to act twice.
Decimated.
Good crit, though. And in fact, now that he's been slid forward by the crit not leaving a corpse, maybe the thing I just said is no longer true. Although, also, maybe I have to spend time healing instead of killing him. Alright, good stuff from the Jester there. Alright, I think we're doing a pretty good job of recovering this. Aww. Well, I guess we'd better finish it.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Well, we probably don't actually want the holy water. The only reason I even have the holy water is because we got it for free. Actually, I don't want the citrine. Of these two things, I want the busts more. Still no scouting. I don't think we're going to camp. I think we're going to do the boss, and then we're going to camp after the boss to recover ourselves for more dungeoneering. Because we're actually in really good shape. Right? Is that right? Should I... We have some buffs. We do have some buffs. Yeah, let's camp for the buffs. I shouldn't have torched before going into the room.
Huddled together.
We don't really need...
Vulnerable.
Yeah, that's fine.
Rats in a maze.
Hey man, rats are good at mazes. That makes me feel better, not worse. You're screwing up your job. Oh, I should have done this ambush. Whatever, it's fine. So we'll clean our guns. And then we have 4 time units left, which is enough to drop an accuracy and crit buff on somebody or an accuracy and dodge buff on somebody. Accuracy and crit, right? It's gotta be. We could also put up a minus stress buff and knock these two down to 0 stress. No, let's do accuracy and crit. I can hear it in my head when he says it. That's not a bad song.
The path is clear.
I have positive feelings about that
Only
song.
the strength to follow it.
And you know what? Doing it this way does mean we have more space for loot as well. So that's a significant upside.
Such a terrible assault cannot be.
Okay, and then we're going to take 600 points of stress in a fight in between the camp and the boss. Ugh. Well, at least that didn't also crit. He's at 50. Let's get rid of this dude before he calls in more reinforcements. I think this ought to be good enough. Oh, that has not, in fact, killed him.
Obliterated.
Well, that's very annoying. I guess we'd better be sure. Yeah.
The wounds of
I don't know if
can be healed, but never.
I don't know if the second round is when he was going to do his thing, but let's just be 100% sure he's not going to do it. Huh. Do I want to hit you more than I want to reduce my own stress level? Probably. We should try to lower the enemy count. So we're not going to be able to... We're not going to be able to stun this guy. I'm going to let him have another turn. Just so that we can use a couple of de-stress abilities on the Crusader. And that's risky. But I really would like to go into the boss with less than 50 stress on our guy here. That actually probably should have been a group heal. Okay, excellent.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
So what, we're dropping the bandage. And the jade, maybe? Like, again, we're in a place right now where gold is not necessarily the most important thing. But we don't really need the medicinal herbs. And actually, we're about to have to drop some stuff anyway, because boss loot.
It is
238.
travesty, a blundering mountain of hatred
238's a lot of health.
and rage.
But we're buff and we're ready. Alright guys, I'm believing. Fingers crossed for that dodge. Okay, 23 is kind of unimpressive, really. His stun resistance is 120%, so there is actually a 10% chance we could stun him. This will probably be the only time during this fight that the Vestal gets to hit the enemies. Oof, 27 is real. 27 is a large number. Don't you dare stun her. I hate him. And you can't really attack him. It's not a good idea. Okay, well. So do we start stacking up bleeds or do we fish for crits? We have almost a 25% chance to crit. The bleed is going to do around 11-ish damage, but it's also a 3-point bleed. So probably about 20 damage on average from the sword. I mean, that's not considering crit rates. But it's only 20-ish damage if the battle goes 3 more turns, and I don't think it actually will. So let's go for the gun, because I have faith in our ability to end this battle more quickly than that. Yeah, if Wilbur manages to stun the healer repeatedly, that's going to be real bad. We do have another source of healing. Boosie can heal people for a very small amount. Well, that's pretty bad.
As life ebbs,
That shouldn't do damage.
terrible vistas of emptiness reveal themselves.
Okay, good bleed. Kind of hoping for a crit there. Come on, dodges. No dodges. Yeah, him being at death's door means he totally could die to this guy's little moves. So we have to heal him the moment we are able to heal. Like, if Boosie goes next, Boosie's casting a heal. Oh, I didn't even know you could dodge that. I don't know what he's going to do. Well, things being as they are now, now that the threat of minor damage is passed, I think we can let the Vestal be the one who does the healing. We need Boosie's damage. Yeah, I don't know what he's going to do, not having a target. Okay, apparently he's going to suck. And then he's going to die. So he actually has lethal bleed on him already. Hey guys, we did it. Let's take a moment and recover. I don't want to start hitting Wilbur until after dude bleeds out. Hey, we could just kill him now. No, I'm gonna take this time to do a little recovery stuff.
A brilliant confluence of skill and purpose. How many rats will it take to gnaw through a ton of putrid flesh?
I've had a couple of rats in my day, and my guess is maybe 2 or 3. But if you let them eat, they just will not stop, ever, ever, ever. So, do I want to buy time against this guy? Probably not. We'll use food to patch up and stuff. We'll be alright. Okay, that's actually pretty good.
Sedated.
Okay, so let's figure this mess out.
Mount. So too will resistance.
Do I need to make room for a blueprint? This is 750 gold. This is considerably more. I think maybe 1750 or 2250. No, 2250 must be blues, right? It's tarnished at 750, then just normal gray at 1250, then these at 1750. Yeah, I think that's right. So this is worth as much as an entire stack of gold. Out of curiosity, did we figure out if there's a secret room or not? We did not. We could just go home now. Right, we could take this loot and these 2 curios and then bail. Or we could push on a little bit more, hope that we get a scout off in this room, maybe. Thus allowing us to maybe see into these hallways and figure out if there's a secret room. But we don't really have to push super hard for money's sake. Now let's drop the Jade for the Paralyzer's Crest. Let's drop... Hold on, let's eat through this stack of food. For the blueprint. We probably will not be able to use it, but I think at this point a blueprint that is potentially useful is worth more to us than 750 gold. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I guess the Onyx is probably worth less than the Blight Charm unless we find another Onyx, in which case I will be sad that I discarded this one. We want to hold on to a key because the whole point of the thing we're doing here is looking for secret rooms. I guess actually it's the blood, probably. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's push onward for a little while. At the very least, no matter what the case, we're looking at these curios. Okay, cool. 100 gold. I think we can keep going. Fairfax is going to have her hands full healing for a little while, but after this battle we'll be able to eat again too. Oh, and there's a table here which potentially could give us food. We'll see if it does. Actually, yeah, let's just finish him off. I don't want to deal with him. And we're going to leave her alive, as a little counterintuitive, but This guy is also a stress-based enemy, so killing him off instead of killing her off is it's basically very similar. Alright, so he does get one vomit off, but he misses, and he'll bleed out before the next one, and when he bleeds out, it'll pull her forward into the third slot, thus making her vulnerable to a lot more of our attacks. Ooh, that'll be annoying if it works. Okay, he resisted.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Yeah, good start. Fine start. Okay, now we can spend a little bit of time healing and stuff. These guys can sometimes hit pretty hard. Although obviously that was not a big deal.
The ground quakes.
I'm not gonna kill him. We gotta finish him off on this coming turn, but we can take another moment here. I'm gonna heal you.
Momentary abatement.
It actually gives a lot of light. I had not realized how much light it was. Okay, there we go. We're in pretty good shape now. And hey, rubies.
This expedition at least promises success.
Well, we cannot not take portraits. That would be foolish. We definitely trade this out for the portraits. I'd like to bring the rubies with us. We did not get a scout. I'll go to here next. So we don't need the bandages, but I do want to take the ruby. Yeah, over the blade charm. Ruby's certainly worth more than that. And then we'll do this, and you can... Nope. Okay. Gross. So let's take a peek in here. If I still had medicinal herbs, I would go and interact with that. Alright, hopefully this battle isn't... okay. I was going to say, hopefully this battle isn't too stressful. Okay, that's a pretty good open. Should I bleed them both? It's 3 points for 3 rounds. I don't use Harvest very often, because it's usually better to focus damage, but these guys are soft enough targets.
Precision and power.
Yeah, okay. Good teamwork, guys. And actually, we'll just bleed this guy some more. I'm not really in a hurry to kill the sycophant, or the supplicant, rather. Okay, that was almost max value too.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow, insidious killer.
Nothing, right? Actually,
The match is struck.
let's do this.
A blazing star is born.
My suspicion is I'm going to get into this room and find out that it's not really worth continuing. Yeah. I could go up to here and see what these two curios are. Let's go into this hallway. Well. They replaced Mankind Hater. Well, that sucks. That's a pretty good trait that we just lost. Oh no, we don't have any torches left. Alright, let's just back out here. We'll head up this way. We'll see what these are. Hopefully there will be something of value in these. I'm really bummed out about how little of the dungeon we got to scout, especially early. Oh, nice. 3 deeds. Okay, we know we don't need these. I'm going back to those to those scrolls. We're burning those scrolls with this torch that we found. I was debating going to the trap and using it to de-stress, but with the only good disarmor at 1 stress, the odds of it actually giving us stress are not worth the tiny little removal. Okay, so who has the worst negative trait? None of those are really bad. Manic for money can be annoying. Bloodthirsty and automatonophobia can be annoying. Off guard. Off guard's bad. And what are his other ones? Ruins Phobe, which is not great, and Lazy Eye, which is meaningless. I'm gonna have the Jester do it. Okay, cool. That's really good. Man, a couple episodes in a row of just straight successes, huh? Makes me nervous. That other shoe's gotta drop sometime, right? Yeah, so we come out of that with 8 more portraits, 17 more crests. That's good. I don't know how many more portraits we need in total. Because I don't know what the 5th cost reduction in the guild requires. Ooh! Unerring is a very good trait for him. Natural Eye is useless. Bad Humors is going to have to go. And Steady replaced Clutch Hitter, which is fine. Steady is definitely more useful on average.
Our family name, once so well regarded, is now barely whispered aloud by decent folk.
Alright, let's figure out what the next one is. So, Coven Signet. That's not a bad trinket. It's not bad. The Candle of Life is bad. It's quite bad. Demon's Cauldron would be interesting to have at the very least. We also see the Dark Tambourine, the Cleansing Crystal. Commander's Orders, probably not really interested in that. Another Dark Tambourine, man. These are crappy. These are crappy rewards. Alright, so we need 44 plus some unknown number that's probably in the teens. So we're actually almost good on portraits. We're almost clear. I'm going to go ahead and buy this, I think. Now we can level up skills, and this helps me. I'm prone to making errors when I have to remember, okay, keep 84 crests for this, keep 29 crests for that. Let's just go ahead and use the ones we know we're going to use. And we'll try not to do too many more skill upgrades if we can get away with it without doing this. Although, actually, we could just do some of this right now, right? What converts to portraits in what numbers? So that's 3, and I'm assuming also... Okay, here it is, 6. 6 crests to a portrait. That is bananas. But I actually think I'm going to do the busts. Okay, 14.
Fall, but their knowledge lives on.
So we need 14 more portraits, and then we are clear on portraits as far as I'm concerned for the rest of the game. That's nice. It's a good place to be. It would be 25 deeds to upgrade our hero barracks, enough to get us... We may have to just, like, drag these two we're probably going to leave Vaudeville behind. We have to drag these two through a yellow short if one becomes available. We do not currently see one. I don't really fancy dragging them through a yellow medium. That's a little bit on the risky side. So Ballard could use a de-stress. Do you care? Are you going to get particularly... No. No extra stress from any particular thing. And then we need to take... Who's just in the party? Somebody got a thing that I wanted to get rid of. And I don't remember. Oh, yeah, that's right. The Jester got a disease that had to go. We're making really good money off of our bank. The bank was a good investment. The bank, combined with doing a couple of... what is the name of that class? Antiquarian. A couple of antiquarian runs really solved that problem. Not that it was a problem. We were running close to the wire, but we were okay. How crazy would it be to try to get through... Like, there's no way we could do this with less than 4 people, right? It might not even let you launch that mission. So yeah, what I need to see is a yellow short that will allow me to run Cruel and Ballard up to level 3 to join in with the rest of the party. Well, we'll have to hope something like that shows up at some point. So, we have 3 level 6s. We have the ability to make level 5 weapons, but not level 5 armor. And we're still a good 28 deeds. Yeah, off of that. We're pretty close to the point where we can start transmuting portraits into deeds, though. So that'll be good for us. Ooh. The profane scroll, huh? I think there's some chance that this could actually be useful. I might want to buy this. Just to have it, because it's something that doesn't pop up that often. Nah, we're never going to use this. Never mind. I like having options, but we don't really need to have options that we're not realistically ever going to use. So we have a bunch of people who are prepared to do reds. We might want to wait on armor for them. Honestly, anything that's not a long should totally be doable. I want to try not to fight bosses without full gear. But unfortunately, these two are showing us some pretty bad rewards. Although 9 deeds actually sounds real good right now. Yeah, I guess maybe that's a good way to pick our next mission. What shows me a lot of deeds? Okay, we could go after the 12 pounder. The Candle of Light is not good, but 8 deeds might totally be worth it. The other thing we could do is we could go get this. This is at least interesting, and we do still need a small number of portraits. This would get us a long way toward that goal. You know what? We'll do this next, right? So, like, we have this party available. That's not totally awesome. Also, I'm a little concerned about the fact that we now have 2 occultists and a Vestal up in the red. But not that many total people, right? What is this? 3, 6, 8, 9, 10. No, actually, this is almost 3 parties. So, yeah, three healers being up here already is fine. But we could actually kind of use to level up some of our green tier people into blue. This is the most important thing, really, is like these guys being desynced. It means every time we do something, it gets harder and harder to catch them up, basically. We have available 1 yellow medium. We could pull Ballard out of stress relief, and that's not a good idea. Because he'll freak out. They do not like it when you bring them on a mission that they are not ready for. Yeah, I guess we're going boss fighting. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Everybody stop freaking out. Hey SB, stop freaking out. So what, we do like this? Yeah, you get uppercut. You don't have this. Instead, you have tracking shot, maybe? Tracking shot's pretty good in boss fights. Because the buff lasts for the entirety of the battle. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, this is totally fine. Alright, so let's equip everybody in a sensible way. First of all, definitely Ancestor's Pen and maybe Dismas' head instead of the wounding helmet. This means that he doesn't lose stun chance, which might be pretty relevant considering the dearth of stun available in the rest of this party. And then you can have your Gunslinger's Buckle again and your Ancestor's Candle. Moyon likes, well, like a Berserk Charm probably. So he's super first. He is the firstest. Actually, this puts him even with really fast enemies like the mosquitoes. And then we could give him the Sun Ring. It's a lot of extra stress. And this is the dude who's going to be taking on other people's stress mostly. He doesn't currently have Endure. I'll probably take Reign of Sorrows off and buy him Endure. We very rarely use Reign of Sorrows, and with these two in these positions, we'll be able to hit the back row with both of them from turn 1. We should give him actually accuracy. I forgot he has rabies, so accuracy and damage buffs effectively stack together multiplicatively rather than additively. It's a big deal. It's not a huge deal, I guess. It's a little extra damage, but it's extra damage. How can you not love extra damage? And then she can have also accuracy. Seems fine. We have some extra healing in this party, a little bit of assistance, but maybe it would be a good idea to give her Junia's head. Yeah. Because his healing is not necessarily going to be available. And the only on-demand healing he has in the Reclaim doesn't actually heal people right away, which makes it far less useful. I think we'll go ahead and buff her healing up. I don't feel super great about that, but it'll be fine. So let's make sure that those people who will be sorted to the top here are really ready. Actually, let's get this guy Hook instead. Caltrops are, well, at this level, Caltrops are 3 points per 3 rounds, and they give -7 speed. I had not noticed how much of a speed penalty that is. Never mind, the Caltrops are fine. He can stick with that. Alright, this is going to feel a little similar to the last run, but it's good. It'll be fine. Okay, so that's going to be it for us for today. Come back next time. More bosses. Apparently, we're just fighting bosses now. God, I hope it goes as well as this one did. And we'll see you then.